What to do when everyone is there to support you, but no one is there to celebrate you. Hello, my name is Dasha. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so honored and excited you have decided to spend your time here with us. It's gonna be a freaking journey, a beautiful roller coaster of magic, love, bliss, emotions, and welcome to the community. So if you like something you hear, if there's a big takeaway and aha moment, we love to hashtag FF favorite frame, which means that it's like you're just taking a frame from the share and just put it in the comments. I love reading the comments. I love hearing from you. I love just answering your questions, and the chat and the comments you can see are very, very active. So please don't be shy. Add your magic into it. So let's talk about this. This is really important topic, and it just triggers something in me. And I know this has been really like dear to me and something kind of traumatic that I went through. And right now, I shared a vulnerable post, and it's really about humanity. It's less about me. But people are reaching out and like, oh, I hope you're okay. I'm sorry this happened to you, la, la, la. And it's funny because when I celebrate something huge, no one's in my inbox. When I am struggling, everyone's there to support me. And I remember I was part of this mastermind and we were all working on a course, and then I finally created my course and I launched my course. And we were journeying in a little pod of women, right? So we would meet every single week and we would talk about everything. And whenever I was struggling, they were always there to support me. And I felt this deep, deep connection. But then when I finally launched my course, none of them celebrated me. None of them wished me like, wow, congratulations, or so proud of you. None, zero. And it broke my heart. It really broke my heart. And when I called them out on it, they made all these like excuses. And that is why celebration and community is such a huge aspect of my mystery school Skoda and just any world that I'm a part of. And I've been part of some incredible communities where it's like that. It's really like you are igniting and like each other's fire. But it's so fascinating, right? It's like, where does that even come from? And it's funny because there's different stages, right? There's a stage where you ask for help and no one's there, right? So you're like, I would like some help at least. Like, I don't give a fuck if anyone's celebrating me, right? And I'm sure I can make a video about that. This is not the conversation we're having today because I know I can go on tangents. We're really talking about when you are in this beautiful community and everyone's amazing and everyone's there to support you. But then when you do something amazing or have a big financial win or have some like expansion, no one's there. They don't want to hear a bar of it. So why? Why the freak does this happen? And I'm actually going to channel the answer because I struggled with this for so freaking long. And this is why I love these YouTube videos, because sometimes I'm speaking from a lived experience, from a story, from something I've learned, from my clients. And sometimes I have a question that comes to me. It's like, you are going to speak on this topic, on this question. And I'm like, what am I going to say? And then it just comes through me. And so I'm really excited to hear what I'm about to say to you guys, for me too. And if you're like inspired by this intuition, this connection, this deep, profound connection to intuition, you can join my course. This will blow your mind. I think the course is only 3 hours and it will teach you how to tap into your intuition on demand, plus tap into and open the Akashic records. I really believe that the super consciousness, the Akashic records, all of that is this oneness. It's like just the collective consciousness. You just decide what the hell you want to call it, intuition, Akashic records, like the field. So I teach you how to tap into that, and it's really, really profound. I have never ever had writer's block because of that. I just sit and channel. It's like I don't have an answer, so let me just channel it. Let me just get it from. Oh, there we go. Let's talk about it. Okay, so let's take a breath because this is a deep conversation. And I think one of the biggest things is, and I've been studying a lot about hormones lately to really help understand why I am how I am as a woman and understand why men are the way they are. Because most of these things are actually because of hormones. It's sometimes it is a like a societal conditioning, but a lot of it is hormonal. So we live in a very masculine society, right? Where I was a very masculine woman. I've been conditioned to really reject everything feminine, like love and beauty and all of that. Motherhood is weakness and like the right. It's like you have to drive. You want to be a CEO. You want to be a badass boss bitch. That is like pedestaled. And you want to go, 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 achieve, achieve, achieve. If you're leaning back, resting, or receiving, that's weak, that's bad, that's lazy, right? I'm not going to dive into that today, but I have a lot to say on that. So we live in this masculine society, and the hormone testosterone, it's all about competition, right? So it's really masculine to compete. And that's kind of hot, men being their warriors. And that's kind of like a lost thing. And that's why men are lost in our society, because it's like the natural thing is to fight, to war, that's like, and it's hard. It's actually hard. Like, and maybe that's just in my opinion, but I know a lot of other women agree. And so, again, I might be talking stereotypes, I might be talking generalizations, as you know, guys. And I'm going to remind you, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Nothing is the gospel. It is my truth. It's something that I've noticed, something that, and I have been in this anthropological study for a very long time. I love to like just look at like what makes humans human. Like, why do some humans do this, others not? I've been in self-development since I was 16. I think I studied psychology, I did anthropology, and I feel like through the self-development, I actually learned a lot more about humans than through my psych degree, but the psych degree was also good. Um, but yeah, so I have that background, right? I was always really, really, really fascinated, and now I'm weaving magic and mysticism in all of that, right? So so in this like competition, right? So in this competition, it's like you can't celebrate someone, because if you celebrate them, then you're giving them more power. And then it's like the scarcity mentality we've been indoctrinated into. So if they have more power, you have less power. So if you celebrate them, then it takes something away from you. So if you celebrate their financial win or their client win or their pay rise, or you're making it mean subconsciously or consciously that you can't have that thing, because they have that thing, you can't have it. And I'm curious if this is similar to men, because I know for women, this is such a big thing, because the way society has been designed and the history where women had to fight over the successful men because they were property of a man. So they had to get the good man, because if they didn't have a man, they would die because they wouldn't have anything. They weren't allowed to have bank accounts or jobs or anything like that. They were property of a man. So they would fight. And it's like you had to fight for it, because if you don't get the man, you don't have the care. But this kind of goes into everything. You fight for the job. And again, maybe because women like weren't allowed to have jobs, weren't allowed to be at the top. So it's this scarcity mentality. And this is really like our society is so scarce. So when people don't celebrate you, is because they're living in scarcity. They truly believe that there's not enough for everyone. When you live in abundance, you understand that it's infinite. Abundance is infinite. So it's like you can have the CEO position, and so do you, and you can have the good. Da, da, da. But in our mind, we're like, no, there could only be one CEO of that company, and there's only a limited amount of companies, and da, 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 right? Which, yes, it's true. And I can go on an esoteric explanation like, hey, if you don't get the position, maybe it wasn't meant for you, and maybe there's something better. It's this or something better always, right? People don't live in that reality. They're like, oh, I didn't get this. I'm a piece of shit. And now I'm just going to go down. Rather than like, I didn't get this. Means that there's something that I couldn't even comprehend and imagine, because you can never comprehend and imagine in the human that you are, because the future human is a new like iteration of you. It's like new up level beliefs and thoughts. So I want to say to my little self, my previous self that worked so hard to launch that course and had crickets, is girl, you don't need that outside validation. You fucking got it. and have compassion for these women who were like twice your age and couldn't create the thing you did. They couldn't create it in the same amount of time. They couldn't create it even like in a longer amount of time. And there might have been some jealousy. And have compassion for that because they were deeply in scarcity, like, oh shit, like I'm never going to get there. Instead of, jealousy, this is like when this is another thing that I just talked about, but like when you're jealous of someone, when you're in this compare and despair, what happens? You spiral down. When you're like, oh my God, she did it. Oh my God, I'm so proud of her. Oh my God, I can do that. I'm going to fuel her fire. I'm going to use her as an inspiration. And then I'm going to do the same, right? This is the nuance. This is the difference. And I talk the truth. I always drop truth bombs. Not everyone's going to succeed. A lot of you will be watching these videos and you're never, ever fucking going to do anything about it. But that's okay. I am happy that you're binging this instead of Netflix because this is changing your frequency. It's recalibrating your frequency and it's actually changing you, even if you do nothing, because that is the transmission I give. And that little shift, just a tiny little shift from you watching these videos, from you binging these videos, are going to impact the people you work with. They're going to impact your family. So keep watching. Keep watching. You don't have to do anything. And then if you feel inspired to do something, to even write a comment, to share your biggest takeaway, to do the exercises in the videos where I'm like, hey, pause, do the practice, answer this question, have this. And then maybe then you're like, okay, I'm ready to join the course or I'm ready to join the free offering. And then maybe I actually want to invest. Oh my God, I want Dasha as a mentor. Oh my God, I want to build my movement. Oh my God, I want to step into my leadership. Oh my God, I am a freaking healer, change maker, and thought leader. And I'm finally fucking ready. Or you're already like, Dasha, I'm in your world because of who you are. I want to be that. I want to 10x that. I already have way more than you have. And I'm just like curious about these little tiny little golden nuggets that you are shining, like the blind spots that you're changing for me. So we have a whole realm of people watching this, right? So now I'm going to speak to the leaders. I'm going to speak to the leaders because what you want to do is create this movement in your community, right? You want to like plant the seeds, like here we celebrate each other. So a lot of the time why people can't celebrate someone else is because they actually do not know how to celebrate themselves. So starting a regular practice where you educate people and empower people to celebrate themselves, and then you're going to be like, and we shine for everyone. We celebrate everyone. We like show up for everyone. We want to raise everyone up because that raises our own frequency and vibration. And at the end, you want to bring it back to the ego because people don't do anything unless it's for them, right? At the end of the day, that's the truth. Even if you're super enlightened, you're more likely to do something for someone else if it has a benefit to you, right? So you always want to bring it back to them. And some people do things out of people pleasing, right? And then they like, oh my God, I've just been people pleasing my whole life. And then they have a rebellious stage. So that's part of their journey. But so if you're a leader, you really want to start bringing this into your movements, into your communities by doing it yourself, yeah, by being the change you want to see in the world, but also being like, hey, this is what we do. This is part of the culture. So join in on the culture. And the more people do it, the more people do it. And then it really grows. And then the more you do it, where you see everyone is an inspiration and you celebrate. I'm getting truth burps. Oh my God. The energy is moving. The more you see it, the more you do it, right? The more you see others as an inspiration, the more your life just changes and you like start believing and you like, whoa, this is inspiring. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I celebrate you. Thank you for sharing. Because if you're inspiring them to share, they will share more. And then they will become the 4 minute mile man because they will share something crazy that they've been hiding because no one wants to hear about it. But then you don't know what's possible because you're living in a box of no one talking about the magic that they're creating. Yeah, we fuck ourselves by not celebrating others. And that's part of the plan. I know I talk about the plan. I don't know what the fuck the plan is. Actually, I just make a joke of it. But you know, this like plan to keep us fucking small. And it kind of like it's so good. I don't know who started it, but it's working and it's doing it to itself, right? So we don't need to tell anyone to like ostracize people and to not celebrate them. We just naturally do it because that's the society we're part of. And by us not celebrating each other and not feeling inspired by each other, right, we're actually hurting ourselves. And I don't know if we're like trying to hurt the other person by not celebrating them or what the fuck is going on, but yeah, funny. That's humanity. I'm like, I love channeling these things because I'm like, holy fuck, holy shit. Anyway, my loves, I hope this was helpful. I really hope this was helpful. So I'm gonna on the final note, I'm like sweating balls. I have to turn my fan off because it was ruining my fringe and my hair, and it was just adding to the angst of making this video. So I just had to pause, but now I'm sweating. So I'm gonna wrap up now, but I just want to give you one more thing before I do. Deep breath in. And it is, how do you deal? But okay, great. Thanks, Dasha. That makes sense to my mind. But what about my heart? It hurts. I hear you. I hear you. It hurts. So the big thing you can do is have compassion for all of them. Now your mind understands. So compassion, they don't know any better. It's autopilot. They're not there to hurt you. And they're not actively like, oh, she's succeeding. Let's cut her down by not celebrating her. It's actually subconscious. So what you can do is be like, hey, I don't need the validation. And validate yourself. Validate the inner child piece. That's like, validate that inner child piece. Celebrate yourself. Acknowledge yourself. Have love and compassion for yourself. And if you're feeling anger and sadness or grief because these people that you love so much that have been in your community watching you create this thing didn't show up for you, not even one word, feel the feels. Don't suppress it. Don't run away. Don't ignore it. Just feel it. Feel the pain of that. Feel the pain of the sisterhood wound. And you know what the best thing is? To turn your mess into your message, to turn this shit into fertilizer. Go and create content from it. Go and create, not just like dump, like, oh, motherfuckers, no one did this, blah, 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 this fucking shit. No, like this happened. How did you lead yourself through it? And what is your biggest takeaway now? What is the growth? What is the aha? What is the magic, right? You can go take them on the full journey, or you can just share your like, oh my God, this is what I learned. I learned that I just like actually just suppress the emotion of sadness and I never talk about it, or I never speak the truth. I actually have been hurt so many times. And instead of being like, hey, can we have a conversation about it? I just avoid. I process my emotions by myself, get back into equilibrium, and then just cut those people out of my life. Right. So what is your coping mechanism? You can learn and discover. Awareness is the first step. And if you need extra support, if you're like, I cannot move through this, I don't have compassion, I don't have forgiveness, I'm fucking angry, I'm hurt, I'm spiraling down, I can't get myself back up, I can't leave myself in this moment, that's okay, we all have those moments, reach out, email us, and we will set you up with a session. Okay, my loves, I love you so much. I fucking love you so much. Thank you for being here. I cannot wait to read your biggest takeaways in the comments, your favorite frames, and tag your friends, invite them in. Please like, comment, share. Like just do it because that really helps. If you're just watching, just like everything. Yeah, give us a little boost. Give us an algo boost. We need it. Subscribe. Every subscribe matters. You can see how many audience I have. I need your help, obviously. Like, please. And if you're sharing this in your emails or on your socials, please give a little blurb like, why should people watch this? Why did this impact you? What was your biggest aha, biggest takeaway? Every share down there and out there means the world to me because I always wanted to do everything by myself. I was a strong, independent woman. But now, like, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? We're in community. I'm building a community. I want support from my community. I need it. I can't do this alone. This is why I actually started working with healers, change makers, and thought leaders because I was like, at 16, I was like, I want to transform the world. And I started it. But I was like, this is going to take fucking ever. I need help. I need to work with people that are like going to ripple out. So I need your help. I need your help to share my message, to share my YouTube, to grow my YouTube. And my mission, yeah, is to infuse magic and miracle into the mundane. Yeah. And is to make magic and consent mainstream. Imagine a world where magic and consent is mainstream. Honestly, it's against the plan. Where people understand consent. Wouldn't it be nice? Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for your time, for your energy. And if you're binging, keep binging. I love it. And I love hearing from you. I love seeing the same names pop up and just get to know you a little bit more. Big love.